Hello, folks and people in TV land. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel on the YouTubes, and we're doing exercise today that's going to have very stretchy, strengtheny, mobility, moving-y stuff. So that's what it is. Abby, I can mute you. Did it. You're all set. Okay, and I am in a Zoom room with other human beings and some cats and some gardens. So let's start. We're going to start standing. Inhale, stretch it out and up, and exhale, soften and melt. Inhale, open it up, reaching out into space, and exhale, soften and melt. Inhale, radiating out. Let's open up sort of into an X shape, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, open, radiating out, and then reaching up, getting expansive. So it's interesting, like the shape of our hands is kind of like a star. And if we go like this, our body can be like a star too. So we're just shining into our star energy, radiating out with the hands and also with our bodies, radiating out into space, shining like stars, like David Bowie. Inhale up, exhale, or any other star. Like a planet, like Venus. Last one. Inhale, lift, and exhale, just shake out. Shake, 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 letting go of any kind of tension, any kind of yuck, any kind of ew, any kind of stuckness in your body. Just, and we're going to do the lymphatic thing, because I feel like it's so, especially if you're feeling kind of blocked and stuck, you get your lymph moving, you're going to feel more fluid. So rubbing your hands together. We're going to take the right hand crossing. We're going to do it really quickly. Right hand crossing up into this left quadrant. So we always want to start on the left because that part is working more of the lymph. 3/4 of the fluid in our body is going to come back in to this area to go into your back into your bloodstream and readjust and come back out. So this is the most important. 1/4 on the right side. And then we can take that up just behind the ear, under the jaw, up here. And I'm kind of flat hand, kind of pancakey, sort of digging my finger in. When I say pancake, I mean like my hand is the pancake and it's just kind of grabbing on and moving the tissue. And if I relax on the inside, then it gets more movement in the tissue. And let's go to the other side. So left hand on the right upper quadrant. So I'm going just above my clavicle. Sometimes I go a little under as well, but most of it is under this clavicle. That's where the lymph is returning into the bloodstream. And then taking it up behind the angle of my jaw and under my jaw, lots of little lymph nodes in there. So whether we're going up or down, we always want to start here. We can start here and go up. We can start here and go down. We're going to do just here. These are your K27 points. So here's the edges of my collarbones, my clavicle. I go down. There's 2 little indentations. I'm going to circle in there. This is like an energy point, good for building energy. It's above your thymus. You can go in both directions. And then we're going to do a Tarzan thymus thump. Ideally making some noise, especially for Maria, who's out there. All her neighbors can listen. Out there in the Portuguese garden. Woo! Where we all want to be. In the 22 degrees Celsius weather. It was cold here today. It was 38 Fahrenheit and when I went out for my walk. All right, we're taking it to the armpit pec. So this is my right hand on my left. Armpit pec area. I'm going to move my arm a little bit and get in there. Feel what's going on. If you're a woman, at some point in your life, you've done a breast check, right? You've done the whole smash around your boob and feel what's going on. We can also do the same idea with our lymph nodes. If we're feeling things that are tender or painful, there might be some blocked stuff in there. So if you're a man, you probably haven't done the breast check, but now you know. Same thing on the other side, grabbing in. But we can feel into what's going on in our body. When an area is tender, there could be some blockage in there, right? We don't want to be blocked or stagnant. We want our life energy to be coursing through us. And then we're going to come to just underneath the rib cage. That's your xiphoid process. Go down maybe halfway to your belly button. This is our biggest lymph node called your cisterna chyli. It's kind of deep in there. So I'm actually going to go to the front and the back and move it around and imagine that cisterna chyli, that cistern, that big holding tank of lymph to get some mobility and flushedness so that lymph can come in and go out easily. And then I'm going to stand up onto my legs. That's where I'm standing onto. And I'm getting into this location just above the inguinal fold. Some people call that the groin. I don't call that the groin, but I just did, so I guess I do call it the groin. Some people call it the groin. I call it the inguinal fold, bottom of your pelvis. And then just shake everything out for a second, let everything free up. Bouncing, you could jump if you have that kind of energy. Bouncing is also going to really stimulate the movement of your lymph and all your tissue. So the next place is behind our knees. So right in the eye of the knee, just digging in there, moving that. So this is the basic 6, this lymph flush that I learned from Dr. Perry Nicholson, chiropractor in New Jersey, doing really amazing work with the body as a very complete, like looking at the whole thing, not just, let's fix that one thing by taking a pill or cutting it out, but really an integrative way of dealing with the body. Okay, we're going to do some twists, just spiraling, looking behind you. And I'm just going to let you know that every morning I go and do 2 minutes of this. You could do 2 to 5 minutes of this. It is basically a Qigong exercise. And there's also a lot of lymph in your back body, but in front of your spine. So back here in front of the spine. And if it gets blocked, it's going to be hard to spiral. So spiraling is a great way to get that lymph moving. Yeah. I always hashtag stuff that movement is medicine and movement is life. We are movement. We are constantly in motion. Even if we're still, our breathing is motion. Let's take it down to the floor. And we're going to do some side. I'm sitting cross-legged, side stretch on one side, inhale, open, side stretch on the other. Big mobility through our body. Energy radiating out through our fingers. So energizing the hands. What does that even mean? Well, for me, it kind of means like I'm radiating out and I'm imagining that my fingers have like light beams. My star fingers have light beams shining off. So it's like my little torchlight hands, and my ET fingertips are sending energy and light all around my body. Inhale, open, exhale. We're going to circle forward, changing it up to the side and lift. And for me, this particular exercise does a lot to release my lower back. So because I'm moving very three-dimensionally, I go to the side, I'm taking it forward to the other side, and then up. It really releases some stuff in my lower back. Yeah, it's not just like I'm just folding forward, I'm just doing side. I'm moving through it, breathing, filling up my lungs. And then we're going to change it. Non-dominant leg goes in front and drop down. You can let your body shift from side to side. So from your tail to your head, like one of those wooden snakes that you can hold out and they kind of wave side to side. They're all kind of notched. Be like that wooden snake in your spine, except for you're alive. But finding that kind of movement that's rippling through, initiating at the base of your spine and then moving up through your head. And then just hang out, lower down, big breathing down into your belly. Breathe into the ball of your belly, really filling it up, letting the organs move. And roll it up through your spine, taking your arms out to the side Exhale, back of the hands towards each other, halfway down. Inhale, spiral. Come up to your vertical and then move slightly in front of it like you're winning the race. Gotta get that chest back through. And then back of the hands towards each other. Come up, find center where your arms are slightly in front, and then win the race. Chest goes through. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, lift, and take it through. We win. One of my friends, Sean, every time we used to cook a lot, well, we still do every once in a while, but we used to cook dinner together a lot, making really delicious food. And every time we would eat, Sean would go, "We win!" and put his hands up. And so now I feel like whenever anything good happens, I like to put my hands up in the air and say, "We win!" Come up to there and then win. Oh, made that extra little bit to get through the tape before the other people. But in our case, we can all win at the same time. We don't have to compete against each other. We don't even have to compete against ourselves. We don't have to compete at all, but we can still win. Okay, let's spiral it. We're going to serve the sandwiches and then take it down. And then the other side, serving the sandwiches. Exhale. How inclusive. We're serving the sandwiches to all of our friends. Inhale as we open and exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. One more time each side. Open it up and close. And last one. Open it up and take it down. Let's go all the way down to the floor from here. All the way down, taking your arms up over your head. Take a deep breath in. Feel the winningness in your body with your arms up there. Woo, celebrate. It's so great. And then exhale, pressing your pelvis up. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, use your breath. Inhale. If you feel like winning even more, you can keep changing your hands so that your palms are facing different directions as you go up and down. So I'm just going to keep shifting my palms so that each time they're facing a different direction. Very sort of randomly and also kind of organized at the same time. But this is just taking the fascia that moves into my rotator cuff that moves all the way down to my heart and lungs, right? Our fascia is connected. It's the whole lattice work of everything in our body. It is the organ of form. And it's funny to call it an organ because it's completely interwoven in our whole body. Like it's in our brains, it's in our muscles, it's encasing and creating the shape and the form of everything. So it's funny to call it a single organ when it's just this expansive force moving through our whole body. And when we move in really three-dimensional ways, we give that tissue this chance to be more resilient and expressive. All right, that's the lecture on fascia. Let's dropping our knees from side to side, easy and loose. You can turn your head away from your legs and let this massage out your lower back. So releasing the lower back even more, getting that spiraling through your body again. And if you want to take this a little deeper, you're going to cross over. And reach with your foot. Somewhere near your hand, your knee can stay bent. So this is kind of a combination of relaxed and active. Like I'm kind of relaxed. I'm here on the floor, relaxing into it, letting tension out. But I'm then going to just take this spiral a little deeper every time. Breathing, opening the space between my shoulder blades. And letting my organs get that nice twist. Okay, coming back into center. Let's go up again. So we just want to make sure that that we're really warming up our back body because we're going to stretch it more. So we're going to press up as high as you can. My feet are about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to interlace my hands behind my back, if that's possible, and then press up even higher, walking my shoulders close together. From here, I'm going to lift up onto tippy toes and then lower my heels. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I'm trying to keep my pelvis high even as my heels come down, using my breath. Inhale, exhale. 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 Now we're going to change it. Inhale, knees open wide. Exhale, knees close. So we're moving the muscles and the fascia in your legs and in your hips and in your back, really actually in your whole body. But the most movement is happening there between your femur head and your skin. So all of this in here is getting this internal and external rotation, right? Inhale, open. Exhale, inhale, open. Exhale, mobilizing the hip flexors, the back body is working, and we're working with that internal rotation, external rotation. So all of that tissue in your leg is getting this movement. Roll it down. Take your time to come down. As I just rolled down, I felt one of my vertebra readjust. Benefit of moving is your body can move. And then from there, let's take a happy baby pose. So wiggle around in your happy baby. You may be stretching your hamstrings. You may be stretching your lower back. You may be stretching your inner thighs. Or you may just be being a happy baby. What about that? Maybe just being like a happy baby is more important than stretching anything. Babies aren't holding a lot of tension in their body unless they are, right? But most of the time, if they're a happy baby, they're probably not holding a whole lot of tension. They're probably pretty happy and easy, soft tissue. All right, from there, we're going to roll onto one side. We'll start this with the elbows and knees just staying bent, open, 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 until you are ready to roll on the other side. So my elbow and knee are opening, 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 opening. That rolls me eventually onto my back, and the other side closes, closes, closes. So I can do this without pushing off the floor with the bottom half. Yeah, so I'm just opening, 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 opening until my body pours itself open. And then I'm closing, 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 closing until my body pours itself closed. Another way would be to push off the bottom to open. So if I wanted to go faster, I can just push from the bottom. But if I want to really slow it down and give my tissue in my back, my upper traps, my lower back, all the back body stuff that could be painful, some chance to soften and melt, I want to go slow. Pouring, using the least amount of effort possible. And then we're going to change it to opening with the arms and legs. So big stretch through the middle, reach it out, and then fold it in. Imagining that you're like hugging the space in this big, huge, expansive hug, and then hugging yourself as you close in. Open it out. Close it in. Open it out. Close it in. Open and close. So we've done this sort of opening from side to side. Now let's do it this other way, this regular old Pilates single leg stretch way. One leg in, one leg out. And you can take a little pulse there. So give yourself a second to pulse. Give the body a chance to open up. Now, if you're on the tighter edge of things, you could do this, up here. And if you're having any kind of neck or upper back problems, leave your head on the floor. When I do this exercise, I like to do it all. I like to do it with my head up, draw it in a couple of times. I also like to do it with my head on the floor. And I'm kind of also working with sort of pointed feet, but I'm not super pointing my feet because I don't feel like adding a whole lot of tension to the back of my Achilles. So I'm kind of loosely pointing, but not going for that hyper point. And I can also just play with that. I can go in there and flex and point and see, what's going on? All the foot fetish weirdos out there. Here's your moment. Flex and point. And believe me, I have some. Shake it out. Let it go. Let's take it to hands under your butt, leg up to the ceiling, circling big circles or small circles. So working in a range of motion that feels good in your body. If there's a lot of popping and clicking in your hip sockets, there's two things you can do. One is you can kind of make it smaller and think of the femur head really nestling into that socket. so that it's drawing down into your body. The other thing you could do, which is kind of the exact opposite, but it might work, is imagine the energy radiating out. So depending on what's going on in that tracking issue in your joint, either dropping the legs really down into the joint, making it smaller, or radiating them out is going to help with that clicking and popping. If you have clicking, I just changed direction, by the way. So feel free to change direction if you want to. You can go big, you can go small, you can flex, you can point. So many possibilities. Listen to your body. What does it want to do? Yeah, how do you learn something new? Or how does something new evolve? It evolves by not doing the same thing over and over again, right? If we're doing the same thing, we're not evolving anything new. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine, massaging through your back. Coming into a plow if that feels good. So for me, this plow position is a position that I should be doing more. Because my hamstrings are so open, my back sometimes gets tight. All right, let's flip it around. If you have water, have a sip of water. If you need a moment to have an independent thought or scratch your nose, feel free to do that. If you teach, and I know I have a lot of people that follow that are teachers, if you teach and you need a minute, just tell your people to have a moment of independent thought. One of my ballet teachers used to do that. As she was doing whatever she was doing, she's like, okay, have a moment of independent thought. And believe me, people in the ballet world need more independent thought. I can speak from experience. All right, let's take it onto hands and knees. And we're going to arch and curl. Just easy, basic cat-cow. Arching, curling, in whatever way you arch and curl. Then we're going to do big circles with our chest. So I'm going to open my hand slightly wider than the mat. And I'm going to circle my chest down towards the floor and then up towards the ceiling. Feeling my hands, my little star hands, all 5 fingers, or my 4 fingers and my 1 thumb. Let's just call them 5 fingers. Change direction, radiating out. So they're really connected to the floor, but they've also got this expansive energy. And then come in and let's take it to a downward dog. I think I'm going to take off my sweatshirt rather than do battle with it. Okay, downward dog. In your dog, bend one knee, bend the other, look under your armpit, look under the other armpit. Let your calf and Achilles stretch out, hamstrings maybe, and soften your spine. Break all the rules of how you should be in downward dog. Just move it around, give it some mobility. And then take it back into your dog. We're going to lift the heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine forward, take it into a plank, find your plank, and then just push forward and backwards. So your heels push back, your head pushes forward. Arms are strong, hands are radiating like little stars. And then drop your head, push with your arms, lift your chest, roll it up to the ceiling, and lower your heels. Heels lifting high, scoop your belly in, roll it all the way forward, find your plank, strong plank. Take again, forward and backward, pushing forward and backward, hovering in the space. Drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels. Heels lift high, round your spine, roll it forward into your plank. This time we're going to lower it down all the way to the floor in 10 counts. Going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in for a landing. Once you get down there, head on your hands and just push up and down. Soften your body. Turn your head from side to side. Relax your spine. Relax your neck and jaw. Relax your butt. Wiggle around a little. Free flow in your body. And then we're going to take the arms out in front, legs behind. We're going to go opposite arm to leg. So inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach it out. Exhale, lift. Lower, using your breath. And come in, bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Wagging your tail, relaxing your butt. Come back in, we're going to take it up, pumping breath. So big in through your nose, out through your mouth. You're huffing and puffing like Big Bad Wolf. Big Bad Wolf, got to blow those houses down. It's a really stupid reference, but I love it. Really like you're going to blow down the brick house of those little pigs. Off we go. If you're not blowing the house down, blow harder. And then connect your hands to the floor. Lift and arch, opening the front of your body. Long spine. Look up. And relax. Take it back into your child's pose. Just wiggle from side to side. You can push down with your hands and think of retracting your arms into your shoulders so that, again, it's that same thing we were talking about with the femur heads drawing into the hip socket. The same thing with our arms. So sometimes when we're very mobile, and we don't and a lot of times like things are helping you work in mobility. Like there's a lot of yoga stuff that's really mobilizing stuff. But we also need to really balance that with strength and connection. So we're not just getting so mobile. And if you have hypermobility in your joints, then you can get injured really easily. So, and if you don't, you can also get injured really, really easily. So we're going to just retract the arms, drawing them in. So we can walk them out and then we can pull them back in. Walking them out and then nestling that humerus into that scapula, into the scapula, into the clavicle, into all the little connecting places, into that ball and socket joint. Reach it out, bring it back. Reach it out, bring it back. So we're strengthening the connection. Reach it out, bring it back. And one more, walk it out, bring it back. Yeah, so what are the things that connect us in? That are our deltoids, even I think our biceps, one of them crosses over. And it's also our pecs and our lats are connecting this arm onto our body, right? We worked with that in the beginning with that lymph stuff. So here's our lat, that's also helping connect. And then under that, there's lots of little intrinsic muscles that are helping connect. All right, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna do a tricep push-up with our knees on the floor, and then you're gonna pop up into a plank. So knees come down, tricep push-up. If you're stronger than me and you wanna make this harder, you do the push-up off the floor and then you do the knee drop in between. So either way, whether you're doing the push-up with your knees off the floor or on, make sure you're dropping them down or picking them up between each push-up. Four more. 3, 2. Last one. Take it to a dog. Push with your arms. Push them away. And then also nestle that bone back into the socket. So we can push and we can bring it back in. Pushing, bringing it in. And let's keep it nestled in and take one leg up to the ceiling. We're going to bend the knee behind the other knee and then stretch up, reach. Knee goes behind one knee, poke a hole through the ceiling, reach through 2 legs, bend both knees, reach it out. Try to keep your shoulders square to the floor. Bend, stretch. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And take it down. Other side, reach it up. Knee behind knee. Stretch for 10. Going 1, 2, push it out. 3, 2 legs stretching away from each other. 4, shoulders are trying to stay square to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and come all the way down and relax your hands. That was a long time upside down. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's my pole dance practice. Well, it's not pole dance practice, but pole dance training, strengthening. We're going to come onto our knees or on your butt, and this is for your mobility of your arms. It's the anti-carpal tunnel exercise. So we want to get that radius and ulna, these 2 bones of your forearm. Here's the ulna, this one. This is the radius. When I cross, the radius radiates over the ulna. So that's what happens inside. And there's a membrane in there called the interosseous membrane. It's a fascial sort of bandy thing that keeps those in this relationship, I guess. I don't know. But it keeps them from popping away from each other, keeps them connected. Let's put it that way. So I've actually injured that before. And then I did a lot of hands-on movement like this to heal it, to bring it back into right relationship with itself. But we need to mobilize these things, especially if we spend our time on our screens, on our computers, all closed in. We want to get those wings opening. So I'm feeling the connection from my fingers, my star fingers, through my wrists, through my forearm, through my elbow, through my upper arm, into my rotator cuff, coming into my ribs and lungs and heart, right? So it's this whole upper quadrant, even, yeah, in the front body and the back body, all working together. Yeah, you can go bigger on that and add sort of a cat-cow if you feel good in your rotator cuff, if your arms are feeling good. So there's this internal rotation down, external rotation back and up, internal rotation down, circling external rotation, so that we can continue to climb and fly from tree to tree like the monkeys that we are. Yeah, just taking your arms up, interlace your fingers, push through the heels of your hands, side, side. You can open your knees if you want to take this deeper, right? If I open my base of support, I get more mobility. I get more possibility. If I'm narrow, I go too far, I'm going to fall over. I widen it out. I got a nice, firm, grounded base of support so that I can go off center. I want to say that's a good analogy for my family. I had a nice, firm, grounded base of support so I could go off center. It gave me a lot of freedom. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. All right, coming into a side. We're going to do side forearm plank. Well, it's going to be a little different. Knees are bent. We're going to inhale, lift, exhale, twist and look under. Inhale up and exhale, come down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, spiral, look under. Inhale, unfurl, and exhale, lower down. Up, curl it in, unfurl the flag. Let your freak flag fly. Up, roll it in, open it up, take it down. Up, curl, open, down, up, curl, open, down. Last one. Up and curl and open. Take it down. You're going to come all the way down onto your side. Both legs straight down below you. Flex your feet, turn out. So we're not in the Pilates pike forward. We're right underneath. So this is very long. Kicking up, draw it in, rotate out, kick it up, take it down. Up, fold it in, turn it out, kick it up, and come down. Up, into the passe, rotate, kick, and lower. Batma, passe, rotate in, rotate out, Batma, lower, 2 more, up, in, out, up, down, last one, up, in, out, up, down. Let's bend both knees, and let's just do a quick 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, knee going to the ceiling. I'm letting my hip open here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it in, give it a little tap. Give it a good bang around that greater trochanter, right? So as we get older, sometimes like inside of the greater trochanter, inside the femur head, inside lesser trochanter, it's in here. Those are the two knobs at the top of, so here's your femur, greater trochanter, lesser trochanter. This is a small one, this is a big one. Sometimes when we get older, those bones get weaker and those like knobs get weaker. So even just giving them a little whack is going to give the information to the tissue, oh, we got to be stronger. Not that you want to beat the crap out of yourself or anyone else, but giving it a little bit of action is like, oh, I need to get denser. And it's also softening the tissue all around the outside. So if all this tissue is really tight and pulling, that's also going to potentially weaken the bone if it doesn't sometimes soften, right? We need this kind of patterning within our body where there's like wave pulsing of activity. It's not, and it's not, it's in between. It's these pulses and adjustments of energy. That's why we were born to walk. Walking, we work it, we let it go. We work it, we let it go. Take it onto your back, cross your ankle over your knee, bring it in. You can straighten the bottom leg or not, really up to you. So I've got this little kitty here. This is Squeaky Deaky, also known as Zazen. There's the big guy, Gaylord. This cat is so soft. It's unbelievable. His whole body is just like, first of all, his tension pattern is like there is none. He's a noodle. He's super strong, but he's also got the softest fur. Uh-oh, Gaylord's gonna have to go give him a poke. Are you gonna be nice or are you getting annoyed? It looks pretty good so far. Release it, shake it out, and let's come over to the other side. Gaylord has sometimes got tolerance for them and sometimes he doesn't. They annoy him. Well, that was a pretty nice little interaction though. All right, let's come on to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, spiral. Inhale, lift. Bring it down. Inhale, up. Spiral. Unfurl. Down. Up. Down. Lift. Lower. Inhale, press and open. Exhale, curl it in. Unfurl. Lower down. Use your breath. Getting the lungs involved. 3 more. 2. Last one. And take it down. He's also like an upside down head looker. He likes to put his head upside down and look at you. All right, let's take it onto our side. We're going to kick up. Legs are straight down below you. Kicking up, fold it in, turn it out, kick it up, and come down. Flex and point as you feel suits you. Batma, passe, in, out, Batma, lower, up, rotate, up, down. Kick, toes to knee, turn it in, turn it out. Kick, lower, up, in, rotate, up, down, up, fold it in, turn it. I'm so not counting. I have no idea where we are. We're going to do 2 more. This is what happens when you're side lying. Your brain just starts to wander. I see it in my classes too. And I know, oh, my mind's wandering. Everyone else's mind's probably wandering too. So start to pay attention to like what body positions do you get really focused in, and what ones do you kind of wander away? Like just laying on my side here, this is a great digesting and processing place. In fact, when we're on our left side, that is the best place to actually digest food. But laying on our sides, this is a good daydreaming location, right? We can just, yeah, what am I thinking about? This is usually not super active, so it's interesting to do these actions from our sides here on the floor. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here I am wondering, did we do these ones? I think we did. And if we didn't, we're going to do them. Going 1, 2, 3, because I'm in my daydreaming. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then tap it out again. Hello, bones. I need you to be strong. I don't want osteoporosis when I get old. So I'm giving you a little bang. Build your tissue nice and strong and resilient. So strong also means it's got a little give. It's not like rigid. It's got some give. And because my body is full of fluid, we all are, we're bodies of water, there is some resilience with that. All right, taking it onto your back, crossing your ankle over your knee. Stretch it in whatever way feels good to you. Breathe into it. Gaylord. Gaylord. And then shake it all out. Let it go. And let's come up and do a final stretch in a straddle. So, yeah, I think I'm going to bring it in a little bit. I had one day this week, Tuesday. Tuesday is normally my day of just like clients online, and I don't have any classes I have to teach. And so I have a more free day. And this Tuesday, I woke up, I had had a really upset stomach the day before, and I was super tired. So I just cut out, I canceled everything. And then I was planning, let's circle while I'm talking, circling your pelvis. I was planning to not do anything, but then some work came up that was all just doing editing and working with my friend Michael Taft. And so it was all just online stuff. And I have to highly recommend his work. He's got a YouTube channel, Deconstructing Yourself. It might just be Michael Taft, but he does all of this non-dual meditation. And there's a bunch of free non-dual meditation, which is amazing. It's really about just being ungripped in the present moment. So anyway, I was doing his work, and normally I have a really hard time sitting still, but I was able to like sit still for 4.5 hours. I mean, I might have gotten up 1 or 2 times or 1,000 times in the middle of it, but mostly I got a ton of work done because my energy was so low because I was feeling kind of sick. So sometimes we have really high energy, and I think about this with kids. Like somebody might want to say, oh, Laura's got ADHD. No, I have a lot of energy and I need to move a lot. It's not the same thing. Taking it down and up. And it's the way that we look at kids. Sometimes we think, oh, we need them to be still and calm down and not move. What happens when we're still and calm down and not moving? Not as much, right? Even like, inventors, like I feel like Edison and like people, Tesla, a lot of people, their great intuitions come to them when they're out taking a walk, not when they're sitting there still, at the table staring at a piece of paper. But anyway, so it was really interesting for me to see that, oh, it's not a problem with focus. I can focus just fine. It's just that I normally have too much energy to sit still. And I would rather be living with this lots and lots of energy, abundance of energy, than with that lower zone where I just am sitting still. But I want to say with this also, let's take it forward. When we start to shift things in our lives, it takes really a long time to adjust, right? I could not now go every day and sit still for that amount of time. It would kill me. And I actually, like, I was in my 20s, I had one office job that was only half a day. And at that time, I realized I could never work in an office. I can't sit still this much. All right, relax, bring your legs together. Bang them up and down. So let that tissue get soft and easy. Yeah, but sometimes the thing that we think, I was like, oh my God, I can't sit still. I can't write. I can't do all this stuff. It's like, yeah, because you have too much energy. So when I do things like that, I have to do like 15 minutes, half an hour of sitting there writing, doing whatever I'm doing, and then move around and do something, and then come back 15 minutes, half an hour, run around and do something. That works for me. And there's actually a movement scale in Laban called the axis scale. And it's a scale that zigzags back and forth in between these points. So we're shifting from one plane to another, we're shifting back and forth, and it's very zigzaggy. And I love it. It makes perfect sense in my body. All right, we're going to spiral, taking it down to the floor, pushing it away, and then the other way. Oh, hello, little dancer. Yeah, people were made to move. Cats were made to move and to sleep a whole lot. But humans were born to be in motion, to walk every day, to lift things up, to climb things. And certainly humans have historically really needed to know what was happening in the world around them to be safe, right? So when we look around, we can take in, am I safe? When we're walking around like this, we've shut so much stuff down, like the world, the actual, the actual world, the world that has the air, the earth, the sun, all those things. All right, we are going to finish this for not for the people in the Zoom room. For the Zoom room people, we're going to go a little longer, but for people that are online, oh my God, it's almost 11 o'clock. We are going to stop it.